Tesla is doing something. They have added dog mode and camp mode to their smartphone app so that if you want to keep the cabin cool enough to allow a pet in your Tesla, you can do that.
Okay.
Now. Those cars, man.
Meanwhile, the car's turned off and
Yes.
you go inside?
Yeah, you go inside for an hour to a department store or something,
Yeah.
and you can keep the car cool, and the pet can remain in the car. And then when people come by, they'll bust your window, of course.
Yeah,
They'll bust that window.
You better put up, which I've seen, those signs that say, the air is on, the dog is happy, please don't break my window.
That is a Chris Demm hot button that you're not to mess with the vehicle no matter what.
Yeah, Chris Demm will let a dog die.
He will. He's and yet he's everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
Why does everybody like him?
That's the stand he will take, is that you should not break the window. I mean, if Fluffy's in there panting and looking at the edge of death, don't break that window.
There was a story once where a group went out boating, and on the boat was a possum or something. I mean, some little animal. I think it was a possum. And they took it. They were out a couple of miles when they realized the possum was on the boat, and they just took it and threw it overboard and filmed it while it was swimming and made fun of it. And I was outraged. I said, take that possum back to shore and set him free in the woods. And Chris Demm said, no way, no big deal.
He's an animal, he'll survive.
No big deal.
Or he
I don't think he was going to survive.
He didn't know which way he was swimming. Yeah, we'd be all right.
Possums don't. No, I think he was fine with the possum drowning out there. He's like, who cares? It's a possum. And I implored him, what are you talking about? They made fun of this poor possum. Whatever it was, a raccoon, something.
It was something like that.
Something. And they just flipped him over with an oar and watched him. What I didn't like was the flippant way in which they did it. And then they made fun. And they were like, look at you. And he was swimming, I was like,
that is cruel.
Broke my heart, it was terrible. The other thing you can do in a Tesla is camp mode, which controls cabin temperature, light settings, and other features, making it comfortable to sleep in if you are out and need a place to sleep, and you don't need to leave the car running.
Well, in that case, you're still going to have to put up a different sign, which I've seen people do as well, that says, I'm just taking a nap. I didn't OD.
Don't.
Yeah, they'll break the window for that, too.
Don't give me Narcan.
There's a pretty famous picture of a guy who's getting ready to take a nap, and he has a little sign that says, I'm just taking a nap. I did not OD. Don't break my window.
I used to take a lot of naps in the parking lots of gyms. I would get there. I would be ready to go into the gym, but I'd have a big Chick-fil-A sandwich and some nuggets before I went in, and I'd always think, let me grab a little nap here in under a shade tree before I go in. And about 25% of the time, I never actually made it into the gym. I'd sleep for about an hour and go on home.
Sun setting.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you still a car napper? Like let's say you go from gym to pickleball, but you have in 30 minutes. Will you pull into the park early? And
Yes. And I'll just recline back, listen to old replays of this program.
You know how you do.
Think to myself, why am I still employed? Mostly. I was like, I would fire me. If I were the boss here, I would fire me.
When you work early mornings, though, there's something about a car nap that is so satisfying. If you work an early morning shift and then you have to work until midday or lunchtime, and you get a couple of hours, hour and a half, 2 hours in there to go and shut your eyes, and on a cold day you turn on that heater in the car and just close your eyes and set an alarm. It is so satisfying.
Agreed. And I'm sure during the wintertime when the heat was on, I've come very close to death.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, the carbon starts to
it starts to build up.
Yeah. But you wake up just in time. This is so good I'm lightheaded.
Somebody put a banana in his tailpipe.
Right, yeah, somebody do that to you. Only once in all those times that I was napping in gym parking lots did somebody knock on the window and say, hey, man, are you all right?
Okay?
I roll down the window and they'd be like, hey, man.
What time is it? Where am I? I'm just going to go in the gym. Never mind.
And then I just drive on home and usually hit chicken and pickles again. You know, because that time, I've already worn off then, This camp mode is going to be in Tesla's larger vehicles. They have a Model Y and X. And they say it's instead of spending a couple $100s on a hotel room, sleep right there in your car. It's pretty comfortable, and you put it in camp mode, so it doesn't have to stay on, but it stays cool and comfortable.
I guess. I don't know.
Sleeping in your car, though.
I want a bed.
When I was doing my overnight runs to Florida, I was shocked. And I thought this had kind of ended. How many people sleep at rest stops? Cars?
Yeah.
I mean, in the middle of the night, rest stops are lined. But I think now it's almost...
Truckers do.
And truckers will... Yes, they will. But I mean, I'm talking family vans lined up, car. And I think now there's so many, I think people feel safe doing it again.
You say not recommended because you're easy pickings for a burglar or
that always used to be the story. I mean, people would stop, especially if you're by yourself, male or female, and you stop at those rest areas in the middle of the night, and you do have to go to the bathroom, and you go inside. That it wasn't a great place to be.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, I'm at least on the busier, like on 95.
Yeah,
there's 15, 20 cars.
So you think
all lined up,
right?
And I think people think, okay, it's safe to do this now because look at all of us here.
Sometimes I leave my electronic devices. I have an attaché with everything on this show on it, and my laptop is in it. And when I go somewhere, the gym, pickling, whatever it is in the afternoon, I will leave it in the car, locked, and then I'll do something like throw my jeans over it askew to make it look like there's nothing there.
Yeah,
murder scene.
I do this. I love how we all think that too. They all just cover it.
Yeah, nobody will see it.
That's all I always. I take my jeans, which I've taken off here at the station, and put them over it as if they've just been flung there. But I carefully design it so it looks like it's just a messy car.
So when somebody walks by, they're like, jeans. Never mind. I thought I saw an attaché.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right. That's how I do it. It's like how I put Kristen always makes fun of me for this. I put my wallet in my shoe when I'm on the beach.
Smart.
No one will ever.
Nobody's going to look there.
Think of that. They say
you need your wallet on the beach for?
In case an icy comes by, one of those. One of those slushies.
Yeah, I've seen the carts.
You know when the carts come by, you have to have a little cash out there for it.
Take cash. You have to take your Visa.
No, I do. I take everything, and they'll take a Visa now. I shove it in the toe of the shoe because and then if I get in the ocean, I always keep a keen eye on it.
That's slick.
And if people are walking by, I'll go, whoo!
Do you make the icy girl turn away as you pull out your wallet?
Yeah.
Turn around. Don't look where I hide it.
And she'll send her friends.
Wouldn't you like to know where I hide? That's exactly. I did just hear that your car, I read this stat, your car is more germy than your toilet, which I think is probably true.
100% true.
I just never wash my car. Or it's being torn apart as we speak.
Yeah.
I had a guy yesterday say, when's your car coming back? I said, I have no idea. These guys at Crescent Ford, we're doing a promotion with them, and you can go to our website and see these photos. And I keep waiting for the before and after, and these guys are like, there's so much work to be done here, man. You just have no idea.
It's always during. Frankenstein car.
They've taken it apart.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see right down to the engine and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was standing next to it recently, and it was like
those engineers in lab coats scratching their head, looking over it. A whole team of them, clipboards.
I know. I mean, I think they're...
what kind of engine's in this thing?
They're going to different states to find parts.
They are. They're roaming the East Coast to find parts for this vehicle.
Yeah, they're calling Korea.
Yes, they're trying.
Asian nations.
That's right. Nastiest spot in your car. Would you like to guess what the nastiest spot in the car is?
We're talking germs?
Yeah, germs.
Well, my mind goes right to steering wheel, but I bet that's not it.
Yeah.
Your seat.
Trunk, because it's never cleaned. I guess you touch it and whatever, and things grow in it, and it's never cleaned. And the inside of the trunk, I would never have thought that.
It depends on what you put back there in your trunk. The only thing I put back there's groceries and luggage.
Yeah, then the gear shift and steering wheel were next.
Without a doubt.
You touch those all the
steering
time.
wheel you get in.
My wife always makes me, even if I'm just out, like if I go out to buy something through the drive-thru and don't even leave the car, when I get home, she still makes me wash my hands. And I said, but all I've done is touch, all I've been in is the car. She's like, that's the nastiest thing you touch all day.
Yeah, she's right. But you should always wash your hands when you come home.
But I'm the only one that touches the vehicle, on the steering wheel. So it's just my germs to my germs.
You should still wash your hands when you come home.
Yeah.
She always makes me. Even if I get it coming home from
She
here.
makes you. You're 6.
Did you wash your hands? No.
All the time. I get that all the time. And tonight, but I'm allowed to stay up and watch the Tar Heel game tonight. I've already asked.
Yay.
I get, if I want to, I can stay up. It's not a.
Will she give you cold chocolate?
It's a weekend. Yes, she may give me cold chocolate. I'm hoping so. Steering wheel, gear shift, back seat too. I guess people don't get to the back seat.
You don't vacuum there.
It's a pretty, it's a really pretty nasty environment when you think about it. For the whole thing, growing.
Oh yeah.
Your feet are in there, coming off of either a dirty parking lot or you've walked through oil or you've walked through somebody's yard.
Who
knows?
The gas handle when you
the gas station.
Fill up the car with gas.
Inside the store, you've been walking around.
Exactly.
Your feet and I bet the carpet's one of the dirtiest too. It's got to be.
Oh, I know. That's for sure. And you walk through. I think about things. This is germ related now. When I'm in like a bathroom, you see puddles of pee on the floor, and you're walking.
Especially in a men's bathroom, it's always right there.
Yes.
Just a little shy of the toilet bowl or the urinal.
Yeah.
And then you come home and you walk through it and you take your shoes off, you touch it. I can't even think about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would get all.
Come on, gentlemen.
Get
your bat across the plate.
Need a little. You do a little better.
we
than
won't.
that. We don't.
But we don't.
A little entertainment news now. You know my feelings about Tom Hanks. He is not that nice a guy.
No.
I've seen a couple of shots of him from years past indicating his true self.
Does anybody corroborate this with you, Kels?
No one.
No one.
You're on your own on
I'm the
this.
only one.
You're going to die on this hill.
I always say, everybody says he's the nicest guy in Hollywood, but I always say, oh, no. I've seen a couple of times when he didn't know he was on camera.
That's right.
And I said, he's not that nice of a guy. Well, now, earlier this week, he's in Pittsburgh shooting a movie. And earlier this week, he happened to walk up on a bride and her bridesmaid taking photos. And he said, hi, I'm Tom. I'd like to photobomb. And they were like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
So you know what I said to that? Selfish, narcissistic. Of course, he's
You
got
could
to
have just walked by.
Of course. The poor bride, of course, was just mortified.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
This is her day.
the best day ever.
We heard her audio. She's absolutely awful.
Oh, I'll never forget this.
Now,
Poor girl.
you should see the faces of the bridesmaids and the bride. Oh, horrible. What's he doing
Had
here?
to paint on a face.
Yeah, exactly. Had to, of course, smile.
Yeah.
For him, I'm sure as soon as he walked away,
Not
it's
to
like,
blow his ego.
rude.
How do you know at what level of celebrity you can get away with
Get away with that?
yourself?
Right.
If it's you, you're
Yeah.
the celebrity.
Yeah.
At what level do you get that you know you can crash a party or
I think
a
you got to be
wedding
on
or-
TV or movies.
Tom Hanks for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Anderson just did something.
Trump does it in Mar-a-Lago.
All the time. Well, he's a big enough. He's
Well,
a
I'm
big
sure
enough
if you
fan.
ask, they'll probably just let you in the picture anyway, like
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah. But
If I went up to a bridal shower, I was like, hey, can I get in the picture? Yeah, sure, why not?
you think?
Yeah.
I think they'd say, who are you, and get away from me. And I think they would be mortified.
Hey, you're that guy that
No,
eats
I
things
really
out of his
think people
beard.
Are you the guy that eats things out of his beard?
I've
I
seen
am.
you on the internet.
That's what he's known for.
Well, Anthony
Hey, this
Anderson.
is him. This is beard guy.
This happened to him. You know Anthony Anderson is. He's on Law and Order.
Yeah.
He was on Blackish. Mm-hmm. He was at a Best Buy and bought some televisions and did not have room in his vehicle to take the TVs home. So a couple of guys there said, "We'll run you home. Let's get you home with your TVs." And he said, "Okay." And then he started filming it and putting it on social media when he got in the car. And this seems pretty cool.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? I have no idea who these people are, but I'm driving the vehicle right now because I just went to Best Buy to buy some TVs for my new place in New York. He offered to drive me home, but didn't tell me he had a friend in the car. I'm Alex. Yeah, that's Alex, and that's Charm right there. And I'm driving their car. So if I don't make it back to the set of Law and Order, call the police. This what they look like.
Pretty good.
I like that. I thought that was funny. Tom Hanks officiated a wedding now of a different bride, also in Pittsburgh.
Look at him.
Also in Pittsburgh. She had asked. She reached out and said, would you please... He's an ordained minister, Tom Hanks. He does
he is.
weddings.
Right.
Of course he is. And she said, I never thought, of course, he would get back to me. He decided to do it because he was in Pittsburgh.
So we knew, I had read that he was an ordained minister, and they were filming, right in the neighborhood. So I thought, hey, what does it hurt to ask, right? I wrote a letter and kind of explained who we are, and we're close by, and we're working on our house. And it's always been our dream to get married at our house once we had the renovations all finished. But I thought, well, this might be the perfect opportunity to have a really magical moment here at our house, even though it's not finished. And so, yeah, we asked, and he said yes. So
What a jerk.
How dare
believe
he?
that.
It ruins another
My
one.
God,
Wedging
that's
his
two.
way in.
That's two
Yeah.
weddings in Pittsburgh in a week that he's ruined. This guy, man. I just washed my hands.
And what
of
about
it.
this Bill Murray?
Oh my God! Another one, in there doing stuff with the
Doing
people.
stuff.